Hi there, Andy Arthur Ross here, hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be reacting to a song by a band I've never heard of called 21 Pilots. The song's called Car Radio. So, here it is.
I ponder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. Sometimes quiet is violent. I find it hard to hide it. My pride is no longer inside. It's on my sleeve, my skin will scream, reminding me of who I killed inside my dream. I hate this car that I'm driving. There's no hiding for me. I'm forced to deal with what I feel. There is no distraction to mask what is real. I could pull the steering wheel. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Just going to stop there. Wow, it's intriguing so far in terms of the subject. The idea that his radio was entertaining him all the time and somebody stole it and now he's left in his own head with his own thoughts, which is a bit startling if you're not used to it and you're being stimulated by things. So let's carry on. That's revealing his mind somehow, metaphorically speaking.
I ponder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. To find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here. Oh my, too deep, please stop thinking. I liked it better when my car had sound. There are things we can do, but from the things that work there are only two, and from the two that we choose to do, peace will win and fear will lose. It is faith and there's sleep. We need to pick one, please, because faith is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to think, and for us to think is to be alive. And I will try with every rhyme to come across like I am dying to let you know you need to try to think. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence. finder of something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Cause somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
Did he just fall down? I think he did. I absolutely love that. What a surprise. Christ, I really didn't expect that. Because there's this feeling of solitary, being on his own in his flat, and then walking out into, whoa, it's like, oh my God, it's like your mind has exploded and you're having to deal with that, an existential dread that is normally bottled up and pushed away by the distractions of a car radio, metaphorically speaking. You know, it starts very minimal. It starts with a bunch of sort of a feeling of a question mark, and it's low key, you know, emotionally, the sounds. And then you feel it building. It's halfway through, you feel this building. It's almost like a revelation. And the music builds in the same way as being alone with your thoughts builds into this crazy moment of it, kind of like, oh my God, what is this? I need to shut it down. It's a hard place to be, just with your thoughts. However, it's also where a lot of growth comes, I believe. Things bubble up because there's nothing to distract you from those thoughts. But if you don't shut it down and you roll with it, it can reveal insights that bring about a better level of awareness. Challenging forms of meditation are like that, where you are in a completely silent space and you are left with your own thoughts. I have personally done a bunch of meditation, the Vipassana style. This is these 10-day silent retreats, and you are confronted with the noise in your head, his radio, bizarrely, and other things like it, social media, you know, television, being busy, addictions, in fact, steer you away from the existential dread of existence. Like, why am I here? What am I doing? Who am I? You know, do I like myself? I love this because I think young people are now wiser in many ways, and they deal with the issues of existence and meaning, and they have more awareness of the conundrum that represents, in a way that in my generation were just, you know, dipping their toe in the water really around. There seems to be a whole swathe of powerful artists, you know, really passionate, like the ones I've been doing, like Sleep Token and Ren. In an age of more and more artifice, I love the raw and honest bearing of the soul. Thank God there's someone out there expressing this, because that's right, that's how I feel. It's the deeper human issues and their manifestation that interest me. I just happen to be a musician, but it's the deeper psychological conundrums that I'm fascinated with. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about this. Great subject, and yeah, I'll say goodbye. Goodbye. Just a footnote to say, please feel free to leave comments and to suggest songs that you might like me to listen to. Also, if you feel like subscribing, you've enjoyed the channel, that would be fantastic. It's incredibly helpful for me. It's free, by the way, and I really appreciate that. It helps to keep the work going. And thank you very much for coming. See you another time. Bye-bye.